It was 4:23 a.m. on a chilly October morning in 2026 when a bone-rattling crash jolted me awake in our quiet Maplewood Hills neighborhood, just outside Raleigh, North Carolina. The sound wasn't an alarm or a distant car backfiring. It was a brutal, splintering crunch that screamed trouble. I was out of bed before my brain caught up. My wife, Emma, already sitting up, her phone casting a pale glow across her face. "James, what the hell was that?" she whispered, her voice tight. I didn't answer, just yanked the blinds open. There, under the dim streetlight, sat a red Camaro, its front end mangled, buried in what used to be our oak fence. Shattered planks littered the lawn like broken bones. The engine hissed, steam curling into the cold air. Our peaceful suburb was a crime scene. Emma was at my side in seconds, her hand gripping my arm. "Is that?" she started, but I cut her off. "Our new lawn decoration," I said, keeping my voice flat. "Panic doesn't fix problems." A figure stumbled out of the driver's seat, lanky, unsteady, and all too familiar. It was Tyler Grayson, the 17-year-old menace of Maplewood Hills, son of the HOA president, Linda Grayson. He swayed, staring at the wreckage, then at our house, his eyes glassy. He fumbled for his phone, probably calling for backup. I turned to Emma. "Call 911. Single car crash, property damage, driver looks out of it. Stick to the facts. Then pull up the doorbell cam." She nodded, already dialing. "That's why we're a team." The tech genius. I'm the boots-on-the-ground guy. I pulled on my boots and stepped into the crisp dawn. The air reeked of burnt rubber and something cloyingly sweet, like a gas station air freshener. Tyler leaned against his wrecked Camaro, phone to his ear, muttering. He looked up as I approached, his face a mix of confusion and bravado. "Yo, man," he slurred, "your fence just jumped out at me." I crossed my arms and stared, letting the silence do the talking. The skid marks told the real story: long, black arcs carved into the pavement, proof he'd taken the corner like a wannabe race car driver and lost. My fence was just collateral damage. Before Tyler could dig himself deeper, a new player stormed onto the scene. Linda Grayson, in a garish purple robe, charged down the street like a budget movie villain. She didn't even glance at the wreckage, just zeroed in on me. "James Harper, what did you do?" she bellowed. "Morning, Linda," I said coolly. "Your kid just turned my fence into kindling." Her eyes flashed. "That fence is a hazard. It's too close to the curb. My Tyler could have died." I gestured to Tyler, who was miraculously upright. "He looks fine. My fence, not so much." Emma waved from the window, holding up her phone. "Got the footage, James?" Linda's face twitched panic, then fury. She wasn't running this show anymore. She planted herself between me and the Camaro, hands on hips. "You'll replace every plank by tonight, or I'll fine you daily," she spat. "Sure thing," I shot back. "Right after Tyler glues my fence back together." Linda's face reddened. "Tyler, record this for the lawyer." Emma called out, her voice bright. "Smile for the cloud, Linda. You're on our doorbell cam, the driveway cam, and Tom's ring across the street." Our neighbor Tom poked his head over his hedge. "Morning, Linda." She clutched her robe tighter. "You can't film me without consent." "Public street," I said. "Your robe's the real crime here." A police cruiser rolled up, lights flashing silently. The officer took one look at the scene: splintered fence, skid marks, Linda in her robe, and me standing command side. Linda pounced. "Officer, thank God. This man's fence is illegal. It attacked my son's car. I want him cited and billed for damages." The officer blinked slowly, like he'd heard every excuse in the book. He turned to me. "Your property?" "Yup," I said. "Woke me up 10 minutes ago." Then to Tyler. "You been drinking, son?" Tyler's "no, sir" came too fast. The officer leaned in, sniffed, and stepped back. "Let's do some tests by the cruiser." Tyler fumbled a mint strip from his pocket, but the officer snapped, "Nothing in your mouth." Linda tried to shove a water bottle at Tyler. "Hydrate, sweetie." The officer's hand shot up. "Ma'am, back off." Tyler's field sobriety test was a disaster. He wobbled like a newborn giraffe, couldn't touch his nose, and invented a new dance trying to walk a straight line. A second officer arrived, searching the Camaro. His flashlight caught something: a small silver canister. "Nitrous oxide," he announced, holding it up. I couldn't resist. "So, the Camaro runs on whipped cream?" The first officer's lips twitched, but he stayed professional. Linda exploded. "This is harassment. My son's the victim." The officer's voice dropped, cold and final. "Ma'am, step back. Now." They cuffed Tyler after finding a cheap burner phone in the car, separate from his shiny iPhone. The cops exchanged a look something big was brewing. The tow truck's yellow lights bathed the scene as it hauled the Camaro away. Linda's screams echoed, but the evidence was airtight. This wasn't just a crash. It was the start of something bigger. Emma handed me coffee as we stared at the hole where our fence once stood. "Insurance will drag this out," I said. "But we've got the footage." Emma nodded. "Shows the Camaro screaming around the curve. No jumping fences here." I smirked. "That's my girl." But Linda wasn't done. She'd weaponized the HOA, invent violations to bleed us dry. Emma's jaw tightened. "Let her try? We've got the truth." A thought hit me. That burner phone wasn't just for hiding calls from Mom. What if it was for something organized, like street racing? Emma's eyes lit up. A dedicated line. Untraceable. This wasn't one kid's mistake, it was a crew. We needed more evidence. Delivery vans were our first lead. Amazon's Prime vans, with their 360-degree dash cams, were regulars on our street. Emma dug through our order history, pinpointed a delivery from the previous evening, and tracked down the driver, Marcus, through neighborhood social media. She sent a polite message, offering $100 to check his footage. Marcus met us that afternoon, pulling up grainy video from 9 p.m. the night before. Tyler's Camaro, a black Civic, and a green Mazda, kids milling around with phones, then tearing off like a race had started. Marcus shook his head. "They treat this place like a track." We had our first solid proof. Linda doubled down, stapling a neon final warning to our mailbox, accusing us of attracting incidents. Emma fought back online, posting the crash clip and a poll. "Did the fence jump?" The neighborhood rallied. Tom commented, "Fence still tame." Linda's furious response, littered with exclamation points, only dug her deeper. At the HOA meeting in the community center, Linda tried to publicly shame me, demanding $2,000 in fines for property neglect. I stood, calm, and laid out the evidence. The police report, insurance claim, city permit, and Linda's own signature approving the fence 3 years ago. The room went silent. Neighbors turned on her, sharing stories of near misses with speeding cars. Linda's allies shrank in their seats. Her gavel slammed, but her power was crumbling. The burner phone's pings led to the community center. We rented a night vision drone with a thermal camera, launching it at midnight to spy on the parking lot. At 12:45 a.m., the Civic, Mazda, and 3 other modified cars rolled in. The thermal feed showed glowing engines and a group of kids, including Tyler, using a key to enter the center. They were tuning cars, swapping parts, running a secret garage. "Linda's got the master key," I said grimly. She wasn't just ignoring her son's antics, she was enabling them. Emma crafted a fake online persona, Gearhead99, advertising a rare turbo kit for a Civic at a steal. A user, Mazda Racer 7-bit, agreeing to meet at a Walmart parking lot at 11 p.m. We called Detective Sarah Bennett, laying out everything. The crash, the drone footage, the bait. She was floored. "You've done half my job," she said. "Stay home. We'll handle the sting." That night, we sat in the dark, nerves on edge. At 11:20, Bennett texted, "Green Mazda here. Group forming." Then, they're pinned. Got M. Tyler and his crew tried to run but were tackled in seconds. Stolen plates on their cars sealed their fate. The next day, Bennett called with a bombshell. A key in the Mazda led to a storage unit packed with stolen tools, car stereos, and stacks of license plates from across the Southeast. A ledger, in Tyler's handwriting, detailed races, bets, and thefts. This was no joyride, was a criminal ring. The neighborhood erupted. At an emergency HOA meeting, Linda was ousted as president, replaced by a quiet retiree, Ellen, who ordered new locks and an audit. Linda's house went up for sale, her reputation in tatters. In court, prosecutor Anna Patel dismantled the defense. Our 911 call, drone footage, and the ledger painted an ironclad case. Linda took the stand, playing the grieving mother, but Patel exposed her lie about a lost key, proving she'd given it to Tyler. Linda broke, sobbing, "I was protecting my son." The jury convicted Tyler and his crew on felony charges: conspiracy, grand larceny, stolen property. They got probation, community service, and restitution, including a check for our fence. A no-contact order kept the Graysons away for 5 years. We rebuilt with steel, not oak, and sank bollards deep into the ground. Tom tapped one, grinning. This fence ain't moving for nobody. That night, Emma and I stood on our porch, watching kids bike past, the street calm again. Did we go too far? She asked. I thought of the crash, the lies, the danger. No, I said. We stood up. We made this place safe. A tow receipt hangs in my office, a reminder that peace is worth fighting for, especially with Emma's brains and my stubborn streak. What do you think? Was Linda a desperate mom or a mastermind shielding a criminal? Should we have stopped at the fence or gone all in to expose the racing ring? Could Tyler have been saved with a lighter touch, or was the sting the only way? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories that pull no punches.